Hey church family, I hope you're having a great summer. We're really excited about Porter Summer Connect. I have a couple things with me today. They're really different and they're used for different things. One is for plumbing, one is for computing, and one is for electricity. And yet all of these things, while they're really different, have one thing in common. Their purpose is to help make connections. Without a connection piece, it's impossible for some important connections to be made for plumbing and electricity and computing. You know, that's true for us spiritually as well. God has designed us to help connect with other people. The scripture teaches in 2 Corinthians 5:20 that we're ambassadors for Christ. We're seeking to connect people or reconcile people back to God through telling them the good news about Jesus Christ. This is the way God has always worked. He's always used people to tell people about His good news. We see several instances of this in the New Testament. In John chapter 1, we read about Andrew's encounter with Jesus. Immediately after he meets the Lord, he tells his brother Simon Peter about Jesus. And he plays a role in Peter being connected to God. In Mark chapter 2, 4 men hear about Jesus and His miracle-working power, and they take it upon themselves to connect a paralyzed friend to Jesus in hopes that the Lord might heal him too. In John chapter 4, Jesus meets a woman at the well in Samaria, and He radically transforms her life. And when she goes home, she can't help but share the good news about Jesus and try to connect her entire community to the Lord. I hope you realize that you have a role in God's connecting ministry. Have you ever thought about that you might be God's chosen connection with somebody? It might be the neighbors that you live around or the family members that live with you. But God has chosen each of us to be a part of His reconciling the world to Himself. I hope this summer you'll take some time to connect the gospel of Jesus Christ to those in your network. Here's a couple of things that might help you in this process. Number one, be intentional. I'm convinced that the best connectors are people who are looking for opportunities to connect. You can do this. This summer, get to know your neighbors while they're outside. Invite people over to your house. Go see family members who need the gospel, but be intentional. And be available. It's so easy to cram our schedule so full that we can barely make it through our day, much less take time to connect or get to know others. You have to make time. God uses relationships as the primary vehicle to carry His gospel to the world. And then be concerned. Remember, everybody spends eternity somewhere, and you get the privilege of letting people know that they can spend eternity with God. You know why this is such a big deal to me? The reason I'm a believer is because an 80-year-old couple named Melrose and Lucille Hazelwood took time to connect with a young boy and his family. And because of them, I came to faith in Jesus Christ, and so did my whole family. You never know how God may use your connections. I pray that we'll be good connectors this summer.